up, SNA assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the Super SNA podcast for the NFC Championship game review, which features the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. And man, like I was not totally, excuse me. Anyways, I was not expecting this game to be like it was. At first, Commanders could go to the Super Bowl, but I think that changed. I was thinking like being Lincoln, and that's what ends up happening. Let's just say that it was a complete blowout in the Northeastern team. But yeah, let's get things started. And we see who's going to go to the Super Bowl. And this New Orleans is also kind of what they call an NFC East showdown. I guess you could put it in. Yeah. But yeah. But we got this complete scoring after scoring after scoring after scoring. And let's get things started with. We got things started up ahead on. Let's see who got the ball first again. But yeah, it was the Commanders. They got the ball kicked in first. This is where we got. This is where we have Jaden Daniels. Then his first snap. No, he passed it to his running back a few times, which he only got like a gain of 4 yards. Till like 3rd and 6, he passed it to McLaurin, which he got the first down, which they were right at the 41. And where Daniel to try to go for. This is where we got a by Nick Williams on the Philadelphia defense. This is where we got. This is where it was 2nd and 10, was it? Yeah. This is where we got. This is where we had McLaurin go for a big pass. He goes for a 12, zip it to. Like Bates gets smoked by McGarden. This is where it was stopped by 3rd down. Only barely a gain of 2 on the play. Or no, 4. It was a gain of 4. We got on that reception. This is where we got Jaden Daniels and was telling something to the center like, all right, 186, 187, that hike. This is where he throws it to somebody to the left side, which there was a kid like with a good effort for a first down. And the kids like got a first down. The running back is where we got. That's where we got the tight end in motion. I think it was Bates. This is where Robinson got a couple of yards, making it 2nd and 5. Which was actually a 5-yard gain. This is where we got. This is where we got Zach Ertz. This is where we got the. This is where we have Daniels trying to do it to Zach Ertz, but this is where he ends up dropping it, making it another 3rd down situation, which they were hoping that this would be their third ever 3rd down conversion that they succeed in, when this was kind of like they were in favor for double reasons because of the last two times and because they're passing me territory. This is where we got. They're trying to do it to Eckler, but Deshaun stopped him on the play and make sure that he did not get a first and goal, or even worse in Philadelphia's scenario, a touchdown. But he ends up getting to Zach Ertz right onto a first down at 14, a fourth down conversion. That's where we got Jaden Daniels. Then they go to the next snap, hike the ball, pass the to the Zacchaeus, yeah. His name was Zacchaeus, and this is where then he gets the first down right into the not first down, like 5 yards. That's where we got 5 yards on the play, making it 2nd and 5. This is where we got Jaden Daniels trying to pass the two. What's the name? Zacchaeus. But this is where we got what's the name stops him. But they were like couple of yards short from the fourth down. This is where they try to go for it again. Like this is where then we got Jaden Daniels then go for a throw. This is where he ends up running for it, which was probably worth the run. But he got first down and more. Probably got an extra 3 yards, probably like a 5 yard run. And he lost the shoe on the play as well. But he didn't even care because the only thing he was trying to worry about is to get that first down, which it was all worth it. It was all worth the shoe down, or shoe off his foot, I should say. And this is where we got. And this is where we got, what's his name? Jaden Daniels snapped the ball, passed it to what's his name? What's his name? Eckler? Yeah, his name was Eckler. This is where then he got brought down. Like when he got a gain of 1, making his 3rd and 9. In this situation, this is where we got. This is where we got, what's his name? Jaden Daniels passed it to Eckler, but he's gonna be a few yards short of when it be 4th down and 3. They had no choice but to go for a field goal at this point. That's where they end up doing that. I'm like, why didn't they do this in the first place when they just got in the field goal range? I go, that's right, because they were only just like a couple yards short. But this is where they end up passing to Philadelphia, and this is where the nightmare begins. Because it's where we got, what's his name, Saquon Barkley, was it? That ran like a long run for a touchdown. Philadelphia got, it was like, it was 7-3, like a 4 yard, uh, uh, like a 4 yard lead. This is where we got. And this is where we got. And that's where we got Washington got the ball back right at the 26 yard or 7 yard where the return man ran it to. This is where we got the Commanders then passed it to Eckler. This is where I'm talking about. I'm thinking it's for the Brown. This is where he passed it to Brown, and no, it wasn't Brown. What am I even saying? Like he's a receiver. Like it was what's his name? It was Jay Daniels. It was running back for 4 yards. He passed it to Zach Ertz for like a gain of probably exactly what they needed, 4 yards. No, actually 3 yards because it turns out that it was actually a game. It was it turned out he had the knees down before he passed the line. That was a gain of 3, making it 3rd and 1, if I'm not mistaken. That's where we got. That's where we got. That's where we got. What's his name? Jaden passed it to Robinson. Yeah, that's what his running back's name is. He passed to him. This is where he got like a gain of. This is where he got past the Brown. This is where he dropped the ball. This is where it was recovered by the Philadelphia Eagles. This is where we got the ball went back to Philadelphia. That he just that receiver lost it to. Like, uh-oh, like this is going to be probably a game changer in the blowout here if they get there. If the Philadelphia offense get their way, and also the defense as well. Like if they just continue to make them kick, or if they do turnovers much more often. But this is where we got the Baltimore, not Baltimore, the Philadelphia offense come back out there. This is where we got. This is where we got. This is where we saw De'Ami Brown that was very upset and just slams his helmet right on the ground. And it's like, dang it, like I could have gotten the got like I could have helped like be a difference maker of help get back in the league, like by getting a touchdown this time. But this is where we got Jalen Hurts and passed it to who was it? It was a P. It was Demonte Smith. Yeah, he he managed to get tiptoes into bounds, but before he got out of bounds. This is where we got Philadelphia didn't snap the ball yet again. This is where then they pat. It was the pass of what's his name? It was to Barkley. But this is where we got. This is where we got we got one of the defensive linemen then pushes poor Barkley. This is where the referees even was like, oh, that was not was necessary. And this is where we got Jalen Hurts that passed to AJ Brown for a first down and more, making it first and goal right at the 3 yard line. This is where we got. This is where we got. Uh, this is where we got Jalen Hurts passing to Saquon Barkley for another touchdown. I'm like, we really got 2 straight touchdowns in a row. Like I don't know how they did that. I'm like, wow, like I was like, yeah, I was like, wow, maybe it is Philadelphia. Like at first, I thought it could be Washington, but we're going one way to find out before we can assume it. But that's where, but this is where we move on to the next. The next slide is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? Uh, the Washington Commanders. Thought we got the ball back. This is where he passed it to Robinson. This is where we got. This is where they try to go for running plays and even a throwing play, but it ends up getting incomplete. They had to kick it right back to Philadelphia. This is where Philadelphia ends up doing exactly what they did the last time, but not exact. No, That was no. I'm making a mistake. I'm making a mistake. No, it's when the punter ends up throwing it to to Sanat. Was it the second string tight end? You had me fooled. Yeah, like right when they were trying to go for a punt, but they ends up going for that big play, which I was not expecting them to do so. But that's where we got Daniel. They go free throw. We end up getting sacked by Lamberts. That's where then. And that's where we got what's his name? That's where we got Jaden Daniels passing to Brown. Yeah, to De'Ami Brown. That's where he got first down on the play, which you got led into the 31-yard line. That's where we got. That's where we got. What's his name? Who was it? Robinson that wanted to. Whenever only got a couple, only got nowhere. Like actually, if I'm being completely honest, this is where we got the end of the first quarter. This is where it uh, ended with Philadelphia leads by 14, while the Commanders only got 3 points in behind. Like which it was 2 touchdowns for Philadelphia in the first quarter, while in the second quarter we got three, got three, got 3 points. Yeah, field goal. This is where I got Jaden did. But this is where we got the punter did the Jaden Daniels impression by throwing it to the second string tight end, Brissett, I believe that's what his name is. But this is where we got. It was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is where we got. This is where we got Jaden Daniels. This is where we got. This is where Jaden Daniels tried to throw it to. What's his name is? It was what's his name? It was what's his name? Uh, McLaughlin. I think that's what his name is, McLaughlin. That's where they ended up getting the field goal. That's where then it was 6-4. That's where they put out the. That's why they put out the second string quarterback. That was trying to go for throws. Which I believe his last name was Way. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is where we got the Philadelphia offense came in. This is where we got AJ Brown was in motion until he went to the right side. This is where we got. This is where it's like 203, 204 hike. This is where he tried to pass it to Saquon, but he ends up getting stopped by John Van Allen. That brought him straight down. This is where we got. This is where we got Jalen Hurts to get thrown. This is where Jalen Hurts ends up throwing it to AJ Brown. This is where he gets a first down. This is where he got Jalen Hurts to go for a run and go for a throw. He ends up throwing it to Brown, but this is where it gets incomplete yet again. This is where we got. But this is where we got what? This is where it was the first time in a while that Philadelphia get a first time in a while that they get 2nd and 10 with an incomplete pass. This is where they try to go for it. But this is where it was a false start penalty, which the referee called a flag on. That's where we got. That's where we got Philadelphia to go for a This is where they go for a regroup for That's where Philadelphia didn't go for a huddle like to see what they could do and and see what play they go and what's the backup play and make sure that none of them step right back ever again. But this is where we got him going for 180, 180, just like if he's his own version of Patrick Mahomes. This is where he snaps, he ends up throwing it to what's his name, to Goddard. This is where he get the this is where he get the first down and more. Like a gain of probably an extra 4 yards is where we got. But this is where we got what next. That's where he passed it to what's his name, to Saquon Barkley, which he got first down and long, which he was right at the 27, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is where we got this is where we got Jalen Hurts from right to the right side. He's up throwing it to the right, but this is where he gets incomplete because he threw it out of bounds because he was under pressure. This word, but this is where we got what else happened next? This is where we got Jalen Hurts. Got the got the got everybody in line with the offensive lineman. This is where we got Jalen Hurts called for a timeout, or was it was it the coach that called a timeout? Yeah, this is where we got. But this is where surprisingly Philadelphia La, Lavu. Surprisingly, Philadelphia got sacked by linebacker Lavu from on the Washington Commanders. This is where he made him go down for a sack, for a big sack. This is where they had to go for a field goal because they were right at the 54. This is where they were field goal range where I get a 54-yard attempt, but it ends up being a no good field goal. This is where it kind of gave the Washington Commanders a shot of trying to come back and make a touchdown. But this is where even for that it was easy said than done to make a touchdown because Philadelphia's defense were not very easy to give up so many yards whatsoever. This is where we got Jaden Daniels trying to go for a run. This is where he only got like probably a gain of 5, if I'm not mistaken. When he got one. But this is where then Jake Elliott. This is what I started bringing up about Jake Elliott having made a few field goal attempts, like only just like only just a few on the off season and regular season. Let me rephrase that. So this is totally out of character for him, and and then even for 50-yard field goal attempts, like he can make it. But that's where he passed this tight end. What's his name? What's his name? Brissett. It was the Bates. No, it was Bates. Yeah, the backup tight end. Like he got a gain of 5, was it? Yeah, it was Bates. Yeah, Bates, the tight end. That's where we got. That's where he passed to Robinson. That's where he got a first, not first down. Got only a gain of 6 or 7. Make it second and 3, second and 4. That's where he got him. That's where then Dejean to try to go for a catch, but it ends up getting dropped. That's where we got. But this is where we got what's his name? Jaden Daniels got all his receivers lined up. Him being alone, this is where he passed it to McLaurin. Yeah, it was McLaurin that got the first down and more and a touchdown. He threw it to him. This is where he got a touchdown. This is where they near. This is where they were a 2 point conversion away from getting a touchdown. This is where that 2 point. They were a 2 point conversion away from tying the game. Let me rephrase that. This is where then we got Jaden Daniels was went right directly in the back of the what they call it onto the center. This is where he tried to go past it to Zach Ertz. No, it was Eckler. It ended up getting incompleted right to get incomplete by the He's incompleted by the defense on the Philadelphia, according to the safety himself. Excuse me for a second. I got something I need to do. But yeah, that was an incomplete, like, 2 point conversion attempt from the Washington Commanders. That's where they had no choice but to kick it back to Philly. Well, I had no choice but to kick it to them. This is where we. That's where we got what next? That's where we got. Let's see. They kicked it right back to Philadelphia. And we got Philadelphia entry right back with more points. But this time, successful like the first two snaps. The first two drives, I mean. This is where he passed to Smith, which only got like a gain of 8, if I'm not mistaken. Making it 2nd and 8. Second and 2, I mean. That's where we got Jalen Hurts to go for a snap pass to Barkley, but surprisingly, the defense in Washington stopped him before he even gained the extra yard. That's where he saw a lineman from Philadelphia was walked right out of there, like with him. He was going shoulder to shoulder holding onto him. With him getting walked right out of here, like help walked out, I should say, because considering how big he is. But always from my positivity of a full fast speed recovery. Anyway, this is where we got Jalen Hurts. Go right to the next snap. Lord, 190, 198 hike this way. I go for a throw, this is where it goes for a run. But I end up getting sandwiched by the defense. Making it 2nd and 9 because I think he gained a yard, was it? But this is where we got. What's his name? This is where Jalen Hurts didn't go for a snap. Everybody lined up and wide receiver position except for running back because as a normal football play, he ended up passing it to Saquon Barkley for a first down with a 10-yard run, an extra one that they needed because it was 2nd and 9. Where Jalen Hurts didn't go for a run of his own. When fake passed it to To Saquon Barkley. We end up have to slide the ball. This is where we got. Right. This is where we got Jalen Hurts. Go to the next snap, but I feel a little huddling agreements. Where we got wasn't Jalen Hurts. Snap the ball, pass it to Saquon yet again, but we got like a gain of probably 3 or 5. No, but this is where he passes to Barkley. This is where he cannot make the catch because it was a blitz effect by Jeremy Chin. And then 4th and 5. Where Philadelphia ends up going for it anyways because they already passed enemy territory. And also it's only just a few yards. They might as well just go for it right here. This is where then Jalen Hurts and snap the ball, go for it, throw, ends up throwing it to A.J. Brown, fall reception of 1st down and more, and making it right nearly at the 10. They were like at the. It was one. It was like 46-yard line. A.J. Brown caught right at the. I was at the. I was at the 14-yard line. So it's like a 30. So it's 14. Like a 32-yard reception, yeah. But this is where we got. This is where we move on and get to the next play. After this little commercial break, we did a powerful voice. That's all professional football. Then as soon as we got done with the adverts, that's what we got. After that very glorious 4th down play and that conversion that Philadelphia fortunately got, that's what we got. This is where Barkley go for a run, but then we got like a gain of 2, if I'm not mistaken. Gain of 2. This is where we got. Whoa. The 189 sack. This is where he tried to pass Goddard. This is where it was an incomplete pass. This is where we got Lattimore. The corner stopped him. Going 1-on-1 with him. This is where Goddard was like, where's my pass interference at? And it was kind of difficult to pass interference because he got there before the ball did. You can probably understand the tight end's frustrations. But this is where Tom Brady had the nerve to say, and commentators say, like I think the players should have the chance that they call the plays. And this is where Andy said that the referee should not get on the play and do bad calls. I'm like, easy for you to say, like, use the referees like as your beneficial. Yeah, funny thing you say that because you used to use them as a beneficial, what they call it, stepping stones of you winning games and Super Bowls for the past decade. But anyways, this is where we got a false start penalty on Philadelphia. This is what must have made him more frustrated after not getting a pass interference penalty. That's where we got what up. That's where we got Jalen Hurts go for a throw. He ended up patting somebody in the end zone, but it was incomplete to Smith. But it was a but it was a flag on the play. Pat. This is where Lattimore finally got penalized, which he was on a different receiver because of the pass, because he was clearly holding on to him with his left and right arms, and it was an automatic first down. I think it was half-inch distance to the goal, if I'm not mistaken. This is where we got. This is where he runs it in for a touchdown. This is where the Washington Commanders start trying to push him out, but it was too late. The damage had been done. This is where it ended up turning into a fight, like with AJ Brown and the Washington Commanders. This is where it was. This is where there was penalty flags everywhere. This is where we got. This is where we got Philadelphia ended up going for two to make sure that they stay in the lead, like with them, with Zach Hurts, with Zach, what's it, Zach? I mean, with Jalen Hurts, like didn't get try to go for quarterback sneak. But I was like, you might as well just went for a field goal. And even if they go for a touchdown, still would be, even if we're going for two, like successfully going for that, they still would be a yard short. But this is where they were 20-12 now. Like with them, it was an 8 point game on this game. Is where we got Philadelphia kick it right back to what's the name, to Washington. Yeah, it was an 8 point game again. Like the last time, like when it was 14-6. Now it's 12 to 20. Them going for both going for touchdowns and unsuccessful 2 point conversions. This where we just keep seeing Washington keep running it like with what. But this is where he ends up at the end of. This is where we got. This is where we got the special team trying to go for a run, but ends up getting uh, knocked out by the Philadelphia special teams. They get the ball back right at the 24. That's where we got. That's where we got what's the name, Goddard, and got like a gain of 8, if I'm not mistaken. That's where we got Jalen Hurts ended up going for a run for a touchdown, but there was a flag on the play because there was a holding penalty, but they had to bring it back and they get a 10-yard penalty. That's where we got the coach on Philadelphia was like what? Like how that possible? Like he made a hole like they were blocking. They weren't holding. This is where we got Jalen Hurts and spin around and to the left side, try to throw it right to somebody in the left corner side, but nobody was home. This is where it was 3rd and 10. This is where we got. This is where we got what's their names kicked themselves in the foot. Washington Commanders, like when they got penalized when there was an incomplete pass with Barkley or with Barkley got stopped in 3rd and 10, but we only got probably a gain of 5. This is where it was like a helmet penalty, some sort, if I'm mistaken, or unnecessary roughness. This is where then. This is where we got. This is where Saquon Barkley got a gain of a few at, at a 1st and goal. This is where we got. This is where we got what. And this is where it was. What's his name? Jalen Hurts go for a snap. Like, oh, when 188 hiking is where past the Barkley, but he ends up not getting nothing, which it was third and goal now. This is where we got him trying to go for it on the third down conversion for a trick play. This is where we got. This is where we got. What was. This is where we got Gilbert. I mean, not Gilbert. Goddard. Then going for go in the motion play. But he ended up throwing it to what's his name to passed to AJ Brown for a touchdown, making this blowout by 27-12. This is where this is where we got. This is where Jaden Carter didn't jump, and he did so much. He pushed even the center right back. Yeah, this is where they try to trick the center. This is where he got an encroachment penalty, if I'm not mistaken, which they helped Washington get a 5 yard gain out of the play. This is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? This is where Jaden Daniels go for a run. This is where he ends up running it for a little bit until he got out of bounds to stop the clock. This is where it was. He got enough to get like near the 30, like probably the 31-yard line, which they had 13 seconds left, which he assumed that they have one good for one more play. Well, that's 30. I mean, the 35-yard line. But that's where we end up calling for a 30-second timeout. This is where we. This is where we got the Washington Commanders to go for a field goal yet again. This is where they end up going for the kick, and it's good, making this halftime 15-27. But it did. But Philadelphia scored like how many touchdowns? Like two, so it's like 13, and then for what's their name, the Commanders, probably like a good 9 points if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like 9 points, no, 12 points. Scored a touchdown and 2 field goals. Yeah. So yeah, it was like when it comes to that, it's 13-12, but overall 27-15. This is where they showed Jalen Hurts was out schooling Jaden Daniels into this game. This is where then we saw everybody like in commentary were highlighting Saquon Barkley. But this is where we after they did their little halftime coverage like on the break. That's where they went back to the game of the NFC Championship. That's where during the return, like for the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the tight ends that was playing special team got unfortunately injured. This is where they were at the 31-yard line. Like from the return is where we got Jalen Hurts. Fake pass to Barkley, try to go for a throw, but he ends up getting nothing. But this is where we got. This is where he got stopped and get pushed right out of bounds, losing 2 yards in the process, making it 2nd and 12. This is where we got. but he ends up getting sacked yet again, which I was amazed. Like they actually pulled that off despite the score. Like they just seem like if they're the ones that leading, like they're not paying too much attention about the scoreboards to the point that they're to the point they're keep taking pushing Jalen Hurts back on this drive. This is where he tried passing to Goddard, but this is where he only got like a gain of 9, something that they something that they lost like from the sack, like which is probably a gain of which is probably a loss of 7 on top of the 2 yards he lost from the push from the tackle. This is where Philadelphia had no choice but to kick it right back to Washington. This is where they drop it at the 26-yard line. But this is where we got. But this is where we got. Yeah, it was it was Robinson. He got a couple yards, only like probably 2nd and 8. Yeah, this is where we got Jaden Daniels and try to go for a spin around, but this is where he gets sacked, get brought down right into to the side. Is where we got. It was like third and what was it? 3rd and 20. Yeah, this is where we got Eckler then try to go for a run, but he ends up getting stopped eventually, even though he passed the back line of scrimmage, which which he probably got probably barely 7 yards. This is where he tried. This is where the Gene was return man go for a run. This is where Philadelphia was in good field position, like in order to come back. I mean, to come back to maintaining the lead. Let me rephrase that. That's where Gilmore, what's the name of that? What's the name of Goddard? Got a reception of, I was like 3 yards if I'm mistaken. This is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? Jalen Hurts. Then go for a snap. Snaps the ball. Then goes for a throw right to the left side. Then passes to Goddard for a first down. This is where right at the 9 yard line. This is where we got. What's his name? Jalen Hurts snap at 199, 201, top. This is where he runs straight in the end zone. This is where then he runs it in for a touchdown. I was hoping that Josh Allen wouldn't do nothing like that. But that's where we got him and AJ Brown was doing the Justin Jefferson dance in celebration, which was 34-15 with this 19-yard game now. But moving on, we got. Well, yeah, but this word and everybody giving some handshake to what's his name to Jalen Hurts for doing such a grand maneuver. But this is where we got. But this is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? Who was it? It was Jaden Daniels to throw it to. What's his name? To Jaden Daniels that passed it to. What's his name? To who was it? It was to Brown. Yeah. This is where he got a good first down. This is where try to go for a run, but like when they were in the middle of the field for a rushing play, but then got a gain of 6. This is where Jaden Carter was down in the ground, which I wish him speedy recovery. Hopefully he won't be out for a long time. Let's move on to the next slide. After they got the player up and put him in the sidelines, this is where we got. This is where we got what's his name of Jaden Daniels passing to Robinson again, which he only got probably a gain of 4 if I'm not mistaken. Daniels go for a throw again. This is where he passed to Zacchaeus. This is where he got another first down. This is where we got who was it? It was yeah. This is where we got Jaden Daniels to try to take a page out of Jalen Hurts' playbook and ran it for one. Like this is where we got him only got a gain of 3 on the play. But this is where he goes for a pass right on to Robinson. This is where he only got a gain of 1, making it 3rd and 1. This is where we got Jaden Daniels ends up running for it for a touchdown. This is where they're about to go for 2 right here at this point. But this is where they snap like one. This is where he try to go for a play. This is where he throws it to somebody to the right side. This is where he ends up getting a successful to Zacchaeus. They got a touchdown. This is where like a 2-point conversion actually. What am I even talking about? Which was 23 to 34. This is where he might have a chance despite still being 11 points behind. But this is where we got Saquon Barkley, which just didn't run the ball in the first snap. On the drive, this is where he then gets like 5 yards, making it into the 36-yard line. This is where we got my name Jalen Hurts, fake pass to Barkley, and then he was like about to throw to somebody, but he was under pressure. This is where he tried to go for a throw. He ends up throwing it away. This is where he knew he gets sacked with him getting knocked out. As soon as he threw it right to the right side, this is where we got. This is where we got Jalen Hurts go for a snap, then go for a throw. This is where he ends up passing it to Nair Smith. This is where he gets. This is where he gets the first down and more. This is where fake pass to what's his name, to Barkley, throwing it to what's his name, to what's his name, Kill Goddard. That's what his name is, Goddard. This is where he ends up throwing it away on the next play. I go 1st and 10 because he was under pressure. This is where we got. This is where we got Jalen Hurts going for a snap right on to Saquon Barkley. This is where he's trying to go for a run, but he ends up slipping and tripping and falling. This is where we got. It was 1st and what was it? This is where he starts shouting. This is where we got Jalen Hurts start shouting like North Falls, North Falls, North Falls, like 180, like if he's Patrick Mahomes. This is where then he try to go, but he ends up getting leveled by the defense of Washington. This is where he. This is where we got what happened next. This is where we got. This is where we get the. This is where we got a turnover where Washington starting right there. This is where he goes for. This is where he ends up throwing it to what's his name? Zach Ertz for a first down. This is where he tried to go to another receiver, which I cannot point out who it was, but it gets deflated by Philadelphia. This is where we got Zach Ertz trying to go for another reception, but this is where he ends up dropping it for an incomplete. This is where he was cursing himself out. This is where we got Jaden Daniels got all the receivers lined up. This is where we got. This is where Zach Ertz then gets the ball yet again. This is where He then pointed right in the end zone, saying like, yeah, like straight ahead, full straight ahead is where we got. What was it next? We got Jaden Daniels go for a throw right on to what's his name, Zach Ertz, but the Philadelphia Eagles got it right back out from the fumble. This is where what happened next. It was what happened next was again. But that's where I believe they did a booth review, like with that's where they revealed that it was the first time Philadelphia, like just because like what's their names? Washington got his knees down. He had once he got back up, he like as soon as Philadelphia stripped the ball from him, making it fumble and in the first and first and the first down Philadelphia. That's where we got Jalen Hurts passed it to what's his name to AJ Brown before the break at the end of the third quarter. This is where we got this is where then this is where they showed that now he got touch. He got now at the end of the game. It was now 20. Now it's 23-34. That's the score. Which they both scored touchdowns. But the difference is Philadelphia scored an extra point, while Washington scored 2 point conversion, making it 7-8 in the third quarter overall. Yeah, 34-23 at the time. But this is where we got the next play started. This is where we got Philadelphia was trying to get in. This is where there was a flag on the play where they try to go for quarterback sneak. But this is where we got the defense of Washington came in too early. That's where then that's where then the referees is calling offsides on the defense for doing that. This is where we got. What happened next was what happened next was this is where they spot the ball half-inch distance to the goal. This is where them that's where they end up trying to go for it again, which Jalen Hurts was not have nothing slowing down. That's where they kind of they're about to go for a snap. Like hot 194, 195, hot hunting this one, and we got Washington trying to jump and try to stop Jalen Hurts. This is where the referee's like approach man again, number 4 this time. Like Washington already been warned before. They're gonna be warned again. Like we're gonna be no. And this is where he's like, and if they and then they think if they do this again, then we're gonna have no choice but to automatically reward the the score to Philadelphia in favor of Philly. Like, like we're gonna still keep it half-inch distance to the goal. Like replay second down. This is where they try to go for. This is where Washington nearly did it a couple of times. This is where we got. This is where the. This is where we got. What's their name? Philadelphia. And pointed out like they jumped again. This is where the referees were trying to kind of come up with a fair decision. See like how this could be. How they can help. Like how they can But that's why I got the same warning. I said like they'll be automatically rewarded if this behavior happens again. That's where they end up. Needless to say, this is where Philadelphia Eagles managed to get from the third time was the charm. Was they when Jalen Hurts ended up running for it himself. This is where the owner of Philadelphia started clapping because he was very happy that they were going to be heading back to the Super Bowl. This is where it was 41-23 now. This is where they end up trying to go for another. This is what I showed the last time they were in the NFC Championships, like at home, was when Donovan McNabb was the quarterback, like when they played against the Atlanta Falcons. And then when Nick Foles was the quarterback in 2017, 2018, against Philadelphia, Minnesota Vikings and San Francisco a couple years ago. That's why they showed Nick Foles was in attendance because he's the former Eagles. This is what This is where he played in the Super Bowl. It was against the New England Patriots, which the commentators, well, well, the commentators pretend they didn't know that. Like when they were looking at Tom Brady, like, I wonder who he beaten. And this where he's like, now I don't hate you for saying that, but I just don't want to talk about much about it. I was like, yeah, of course not. Like, but I would because I'm a massive fan of that game. Like back in 2017, 2018 season. But this is where we move on and we get. This is where we got Jaden Daniels to try to throw it to somebody in the right, but end up being incomplete. This is where then this is where they this is where the referees confirm that it's not intentional groundings. This is where the coach on the what's it called? What's the commissioner like? Yeah, it better not be. But this is where we got. This is where he tried to pass it to Zach Ertz, but he overthrew it because one of the linemen of Philadelphia was under pressure in him. This is where he tried to pass it to Cotter. But this is where we got. This is where we got Jaden Daniels then try to go for it on 4th and 6 with all his lineup receivers in play, but except for Robinson as running back because it was just a normal play. But it's where he managed to find Zach Ertz when he snapped the ball into the right, the middle right, I should say. That's where we got Cotter. Then was the intended receiver in the next play, but this is where it was an incomplete pass. This is where he ended up passing it to Robinson, or was it Davis? No, it was Eckler. It was Eckler, yeah. Eckler that brought in, replaced Robinson for this play. But it's where he only lost like 2 yards, making this 4th and 12. This is where then they had no choice but to go for it. Or else they were having another time to make a comeback here because still had 10 minutes left on the clock. This is where we got Jaden Daniels end up getting sacked right onto by Noam Smith, which they had to start right there because he got sacked right in that exact same spot, right at the 30, which that when Philadelphia went on to go on. This is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? This is where we got Jalen Hurts go for another snap, and he throws it to somebody right on right to Goddard for for a first and goal at least. But it's where there was no flag on the play until the last minute when Goddard was about to have another outraging outburst. But if they come on, like he obviously grabbed on my arm, is where they finally gave him the automatic first down. Is where it was. It's where we got. It's where we got. What's his name? Jalen Hurts go for a snap. I say 189, 190, 191 height. This way the passing it to what's name to Goddard, like if he's a running back. This is where he only got a gain of probably 3 yards. This is where it was second and goal. This is where Saquon Barkley came in to get his third ever touchdown of the game. But next up we got. But this is where we got. And after the 25-yard gain that Philadelphia added onto the score against Washington, this is where we got McLaurin get it to throw. This is where we got Jaden Daniels like, come on, we gotta go quick. But you got another first down reception from what's his name, Zach Ertz. This is where we got. This is where he ends up throwing it again to Zach Ertz. But this is where then once they go to the next play, uh, it was a what was it? It was an offside penalty from Philadelphia, making it a replay first down play, making it 1st and 5. But this is where it gets batted down when Jaden Daniels tried to throw it towards the left side. We didn't know who was going to throw it to. But he ends up batting it to Zacchaeus, which he was a first down, which he got probably a gain of 2 extra yards. This is where they were like at the 40, what was it, the 44-yard line? Like passing me territory right in Philadelphia. This is where he tried to pass it to McLaurin, but this is where he was nowhere to be found to throw it to. But this is where we got. This is where we got. But this is where we got. What happened next? It was. What happened next? It was 3rd and 5 now after that other incomplete. This is where he made sure everybody was lined up to be thrown forward. This is where Jaden Daniels threw to somebody. Ended up being, who was it, Zach Ertz for a first down, which this is where he went out of bounds. This is where Tyler Biada, the teammate of Ertz and the rest of the Commanders, was down. This is where he did not look good. This is where he got to put in. They put him in the sideline. I was like, hope he was okay. Well, But he was standing right back in his own 2 feet. That was a good sign. But this is where we got. But this is where the Eagles stopped him from getting in the end zone. And an incomplete pass at 2nd and 10. This is where we got Eckler tried to go for a run, but he ends up getting stopped, which was no, when you got no gains, no loss, making it 1st or 3rd and 10. This is where we got. That's where it was Queion Mitchell that got the interception. They knew it was his first one on when him picking him off right in the end zone. I was like, how did he do that? Like, that's very strategically impossible. But this is where we got. This is where then. This is where Philadelphia just trying to finish them off by running out the clock. But they not expected to score another one for not even one last time. But this is where then I guess that the old saying was true. Like, good thing happens to those who wait. This is where we got, what's his name? Saquon Barkley nearly pulled a Damian Williams and ran it all the way down the field into the red zone. They were like right at the. He ran it from how long? They were like right at their 36-yard line until he landed right into. He did the 36 to the. What was it? It was like the 36 to the. It was the 36 till the 30. This is where we saw a timeout was called by the Washington Commanders. Was it Philadelphia? I think it was Philadelphia. No, it was Washington because they were like right at the 7-yard line. He must have carried like, so I'll say about 4. What was it? 16. There were 46. So the 44 so 26. And then, so how many yards he got from that play? So trying to remember. To 44 to the 7. No, 46. Was it 44? No, it was 46, so I'll take. So 14. So like a 37-yard run. Was it 37? No. 57-yard run. That's where then they end up getting stopped. That's where we got. It was an offside penalty, which they got the ball placed like half-inch distance to the goal, which was like a 5-yard penalty. This is where we got one receiver was in motion. This is where we got Sanders that went for no spin. This is where Jalen Hurts passed to the other one. Shipley, yeah. Will Shipley, yes. This is where Saquon Barkley was hyping things up, like, yeah, we did it. And this is where then the score was now 55-23, winning by 32 points, which I don't know how they were doing it. This is where fans started chanting and spelling the letters of Eagles. And this is where Philadelphia was. This is where they started hugging each other. They're like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. This is where then we got. This is where then we got Washington trying to come back and try to score some points for pride at this point, so they won't be too embarrassed of losing. This is where. But it was not enough because they got stopped on fourth down. This is where we got Philadelphia. They brought out their backup quarterback to kneel the ball. This is where then it was pretty much over at that point. This is where Philadelphia then was celebrating that they're finally going to the Super Bowl, and then the score ended at 55-23. Where they only scored, the only one that scored in the fourth down was the guys that were leading, and that was the Philadelphia Eagles. And I couldn't believe, I'm like, how did they did this? And I said, don't tell me it's gonna be Super Bowl 57 rematch. Well, I'm gonna get into that when I talk about the AFC Championship, because I got so much excitement to talk about. But this is where Philadelphia even hoped when they got right up on the stage, when they had that little podium they made for them, like in case if they do win the NFC Championship. And that's where the owner came down and thank the team and stuff, and hope that this Super Bowl, they hopefully they win, just like in 2017 and 2018 season. And I was like I don't know about that if the Chiefs wins now, but we're gonna get into that right now. And I want to give a humongous congratulations to Philadelphia on that lovely day. And yeah, literally was a lovely day. Like and these two were probably two of the reasons out of the three reasons why I love January 26th. But yeah, but what y'all thoughts on the game? Let me know in the comments. But I have to admit they did a very good impression. I have to give them a pretty good 4.5 stars on this game. But let me know in the comments what your opinions were. But I hope. But again, let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up, hit the subscribe and post notification bell for more SNA videos, and make sure to check out my favorite part of the championship divisions, or legions, I should say, and that is the AFC Championship. And it's going to be my boys in back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs, which I still have my shirt on. But I know it's kind of, I'm not sure what to say about that. But or even you assassinators. But I thought I might add it on. Like so when I talk about my back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs, I'll review it right here. And make sure to check that out right now in the next couple of seconds, because I'm going to end this video right here. And that Philadelphia has declared themselves as the NFC champions and making their way to the Super Bowl, while the fans in Philly and the Lincoln Financial Field start chanting, "Fly, Eagles, fly." Again, and I'll see you guys on the next video in then 2 seconds with some more SNA content. Join me again, Super Ninja Austin. Out of here. Bye-bye, my assassinators. Y'all take care. And have a wonderful afternoon.